Hey y'all, I want to come on and do a very quick video and do a recap, a little chit chat video on the past few days and everything that we have had going on. It's been very crazy since last week, especially starting on Thursday. It was a whirlwind of events, but we feel very blessed and we're very happy with everything that we got accomplished and how the Lord set forth everything that we had to do and how he worked everything out. Well, you know, on Thursday I went grocery shopping. You've already seen that big haul that I had, and but before we went grocery shopping, we went and paid the taxes on our van. And by the way, our van was in the shop getting its transmission replaced, and so you'll know, $1,000 emergency fund is not a big emergency fund when it comes to big repairs on a vehicle, especially if you have a big vehicle like a 15-passenger van. It was a $3,000 repair for us. So that'll help explain why I didn't spend as much in July on groceries. I spent more than I wanted to, but I tried to keep it as low as I could without us seeming to be deprived. And James did a whole lot of work. He worked a second job and he worked some side jobs, so it was like he was working like 3 different jobs with his, including his full-time job. And we worked really hard. I worked at not spending money and he worked hard at making the money for us to save up the difference of what we already had in savings to pay for our new transmission. So good news is we have the van back and all is working well with that. I'm so excited to have the van back and to have that new transmission in there. The van has 154,000 miles on it, so it's typical for Chevy Expresses for the transmission to go out at about 150,000 miles. And so I'm very thankful to have that done. Speaking of vehicles, on Friday, Dalton bought his very first vehicle. We're so proud of him and we're very thankful that things worked out the way they did. He paid cash for it. It's a 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee and he paid $2,700 for it, and he paid cash. He earned the money, he saved the money, and so we're very thankful for that. So now he knows that his responsibility is to pay the taxes, property taxes once a year, only $22 for the vehicle. Can you believe that? And then his gas and his insurance. His insurance right now is only $40 a month, and then once he gets his license, because he only has a permit now, it'll be like $58 a month through our insurance company. So that's not too terribly bad. So we're very thankful for that. But anyway, on Thursday, I went and paid our vehicle taxes. We went and did our grocery shopping, and on the way back home from doing our grocery shopping, we got a call that James called and said that the shop said the van was ready for pickup. So as soon as I got here, I jumped in another vehicle and went up to get the, or actually Brittany drove me up to get the van, and we picked up the van, got that all squared away, and then got back, and then that's when I lined up all of the groceries to do that video that you saw, the last one that you saw, and then I put all of the groceries away. By that time I was very tired and I needed to take a nap because I knew I wasn't going to be worth anything if I didn't lay down and have a little rest. So I think I slept for an hour, maybe a little bit more, and so about an hour and a half later I was ready to go. And while I had planned to do the cooking on Friday, I went ahead and started browning the meat and cooking some of the chicken that needed to be cooked and get that set. So then of course I made supper. I can't remember what supper was on Friday right now. But and then cleaned up some, and then we got ready for church for the next day. So Saturday came around and we had church work to do. We go on church visitation. We go out and tell people about the gospel and witness to them door to door. And so we set forth to do that. And actually, myself and a few of my little girls stayed back at the church and cleaned the church while the others went out and did that. And we were able to have breakfast with people at the church, and also share prayer requests and pray for any needs that came up. So once I got home, I went and hauled off the trash to the dump and got back and finished assembling the freezer meals on Saturday. James, he went off to work at the heating and air job that he works at part-time, and that my oldest son works at part-time. That's how he earned the money, or part of the money, to pay for his vehicle. And so on Saturday, I just had some Hillshire Farm smoked sausage, and I sliced that up about 1.5 pounds, which we had some leftovers. Fried that and made some macaroni and cheese with a side salad. And the good thing is, with the macaroni and cheese, I did the crock pot macaroni and cheese, and I put one batch in the crock pot to cook, and the other batch I put in the freezer for us to have later. So that's a side dish that's done for later to go with another meal. So that's exciting. And on Sunday, of course, we had Sunday school and we had church, and then I had already pulled out the poor man's steak for us to have on Sunday. It was the first freezer meal for the month of August, so I was very excited about that. I pulled that out the night before on Saturday night and let it thaw on the counter, and then I put it directly into the oven as soon as I got up yesterday morning to cook in the oven. And so I turned the oven off, and it stayed warm while we were at church. And as soon as we got home from church, I just made some rice in the rice cooker, and we had leftover salad from the night before, so that made that easy. And then, okay, we went to church last night again, and then when we got home last night, we had sandwiches, or there was a few leftovers of the poor man's steak. So that pretty much recaps everything that's been going on in our lives the past few days. My oldest daughter, Brittany, she's in the prison ministry. My husband is too. They're volunteers with the Rock of Ages. And so she was at Department of Juvenile Justice each day last week with several others, and they had Bible study and talked with several of the children at the Juvenile Justice Center, and quite a few souls had gotten saved last week. So that's a big praise, because all of the work that was put in with all of the volunteers, if one person got saved, it was worth it all. So it was a lot of work for all of them, but you know, it's worth it, because there's a lot of hurting people out there and a lot of people who don't know Jesus, and so it's very good for them to be able to get out and do that. So I'm thankful for my daughter being able to get out and do that too. Anyway, so she was very busy the past week, and she was busy all this weekend with us doing all of the work that we did as well. And so we're looking forward to another busy week. Here we are on Monday, and my husband's at work, and my oldest son is at work. Brittany is at another prison doing prison work today, and I'm enjoying having a cleaner kitchen from all of the freezer meals that's already cooked and everything. I didn't have to mess up as many pots and pans, but I'm going to go through all of that later on the benefits of freezer cooking. I have a lot that I've discovered personally within the past few days, and I'm going to go through that later. And I'm going to also do that video showing you the receipts of how much I've spent so far this month, and I'm going to have just a little mini budget left for what we will spend later on for fill-ins such as milk and bread. There was something else I was thinking about, but anyway, just a little budget for that. But anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye.